believe it or not, 3 pitchers in the house. We had the Pope, Jesus, and Frank Sinatra. That was exactly what my life was growing up.
The Rat Pack in the 60s really represented Las Vegas at its libertine best.
Well, the club had a reputation like all of Las Vegas did. You know, there's no denying that there was some mob influence in Las Vegas.
Hey, Pally, I'm Dean Martin.
I'm Sammy Davis Jr., baby.
And I'm Francis Albert Sinatra. This is the Copa Room in the Tuscany Casino. Where the Rat Pack is back.
My name's Dick Feeney. I'm the producer, director, and owner of the Rat Pack is Back show here in Las Vegas. I'm originally from a little town called Rockland. Oh, when I was young, my mother always had me sing, and I did a couple talent shows. And then I just fell in love with the trumpet. I had to have a trumpet. So they got me a trumpet, and I started playing. And I always had a natural ability to pick stuff up quick. And I got into this local band, did my first high school dance, and I was hooked. Then I moved on to a band called Lewis and Clark Expedition, which is a 10-piece band with 2 singers, and we toured around the country. At one time, we were the highest paid show band, nightclub band in the country. We recorded some records, never had a hit.
Here comes that sweet little devil, tempting me to discuss.
So I came to Las Vegas in 1978 for my first trip and just fell in love with it. Made $24 on the blackjack table. It was wow, and then I lost that. And in the late 90s, Frank, Sammy, and Dean actually got together in their older age to do a world tour, and they called it Together Again, because Frank hated the name Rat Pack. Right around that time, several groups around the country sprang up that called themselves Rat Pack. How it really triggered into the 60s recreation of it, Hollywood writer Don Rio actually wrote a script and created the Rat Pack is Back, their version of it. He opened his show in 1999. When he closed the show, I'd realized there was a lot of call for it. There was sort of a gap there, and there was a product that could sell. David wasn't doing the show anymore. I contacted him, and we made a deal, and I bought the trade name and wrote a new script and did a new concept with it.
Hey there, folks. I'm Chris Jason Rossi.
Hey everybody, I'm Drew Anthony Carano.
My name is Kyle Diamond, and I know you think, why am I not playing Frank? But I play I don't play Kyle Diamond. I play Sammy Davis Jr. in the show.
And I play Dean Martin.
I play Frank Sinatra in The Rat Pack is Back.
The Rat Pack is Back is a show that originated in the 60s with the guys.
It's like a time capsule back to the 1960s when Frank, Dean, and Sammy and the live big band took over Las Vegas.
The people can expect a recreation of all of that humor and singing and kibitzing.
We're talking about dancing, sweetheart. It's okay.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. My childhood was great, filled with music and sports.
I am from New Haven, Connecticut. Grew up Italian-American. So what it's like for me growing up is a lot of food, a lot of talking, a lot of music.
I grew up in Providence, Rhode Island, Little Italy, predominantly all Italian family. 3 pitchers in the house. We had the Pope, Jesus, and Frank Sinatra. That was exactly what my life was growing up.
I found Chris Jason in a very unusual way. It was at the San Gennaro feast.
There's an opening in Las Vegas, San Gennaro. I'll fly you down, you do like an hour and go back home.
And I looked over and I saw this guy.
I'm singing. I wasn't really singing to that many people. I can't do this. No one even knows I'm here.
And I heard this Sinatra voice. This was dead on.
Mr. Tony Sacca, he was the ambassador of music entertainment. He walked me to the end of the stage and he said, I want you to meet somebody.
And I immediately went over and found out who he was.
And I said, oh, sure, no problem. And it was Mr. Dick Feeney, who's the producer of this show, The Rat Pack is Back.
The clearest Sinatra voice I've ever heard.
But that's pretty much how I got here, because of 2 people, Tony Sacca, Mr. Dick Feeney.
So how I discovered the one and only Drew Anthony playing Mr. Dean Martin.
Some friends told me to go see the Rat Pack is Back.
And I got a tap on my shoulder. And he said, Mr. Feeney.
I had told him who I was and that I sang a lot of Frank Sinatra.
And I looked at him. I said, I don't think so. You don't do Frank in my show.
And he said to me, you can't sing Frank Sinatra in my show.
He says, what do you mean? I said, well, you look just like a 35-year-old Dean Martin.
Well, whatever Dick Feeney says, that's it. That's the way it was. And I said, okay, well, I could do that too. That'll be fun.
I said, if you can sing Sinatra, you can sing Dean Martin. Practice your Dean Martin and come see me again.
And that's how I got here.
We actually found Kyle Diamond working in a very popular lounge band here in Las Vegas.
I was part of a duo, actually. I sang with a female and I played keyboards. We used to do this short segment of caricatures of the Rat Pack.
We needed someone who could sing and who could dance, be Mr. Entertainment in the show.
And which is why he thought of me, because I would do the, hey man, hey babe.
I found out throughout the years that people who had lounge training were the best entertainers.
Dick Feeney came in, gave me a CD, and said, learn these songs by Friday.
He was at that age where he said, yeah, I'd like to get out of the lounges.
You know I don't like pictures when I'm working, fellas.
So Frank was a storyteller. It wasn't just a song, it was a story. Example-wise, I would say like, the best is yet to come. Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. And then you see him singing on stage, and his phrasing is completely different. Out of the tree of life, I just picked me that plum. And he would just do these dips and these valleys with the lyrics, and just, no one ever did that before.
Fly me to the moon. Let me swing up there on the stars.
I like to sing and dance. Look, Peter, I don't mind you singing. That's not under my jurisdiction.
Something about the way Sammy spoke. He enunciated everything. It was a little more nasally and hey there. I mean, I dig you, you dig me. We dig each other.
What can I do? I hear your name.
Speak. It's about my turn to speak, ain't it? Get out of here.
There's a big difference between Dean and Frank. They're both great singers. You know, Dean had a very fast vibrato. It was very hard to actually recreate. He crooned more than Frank. It was softer. So an example would be, you know, Frank might sing, "Come fly with me." He might sing that out like that, and Dean would be like, "Come fly with me."
When the moon hits her eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
I told you it'd be a fantastic audience tonight.
Yeah, you were right, Frank. You have been a lovely audience. Thank you and good night.
No. There's more.
This is Lon Bronson, the musical director for the Rat Pack is back. My buddy forever and ever and ever. Come on, we'll sit down and talk a little bit and tell him the story.
Good idea.
So Lon and I met in 1984.
Got to stop, it was 82. 1982.
So he worked in the show in Hawaii. Then we brought the show to Atlantic City at the Tropicana. Lacage was coming to Las Vegas, and I asked Lon if he wanted to come out and work the show.
Yeah, I got to jump in here though, because I love this story. So he basically had to beg me to come to Vegas. I was living in New York City, having the time of my life. He calls me up, he goes, you know, there's no live music on this show. It's a drag show, it's Lacage. And I'd really like you to just come and help me get the show open. Come out for 2 weeks. I guarantee you, come for 2 weeks. You can take off, whatever you want to do. I never left. Never went back to New York. All my stuff was in storage. Somebody got all my vinyl, a black leather couch. But it's a true story. I thought I was coming out for 2 weeks to open Lacage for him, and I never left.
And the two of us collaborated on what kind of songs we should pick and change, and different script ideas and what worked, what didn't work. He knows all the musicians. He's got the famous Lon Bronson All-Star Band here in town that started in
35 years this year.
35 years. He knows who the players are, who the good guys are that you can count on to hire, and that's, you know, one of the real big strengths he brings to this whole endeavor. And you've seen a lot of guys come and go, and somehow we managed to stay together, support each other, and I've told you this before, how much I appreciate you and what you've done. And I'm extremely proud of your career.
Oh, thanks, man.
I really am. And the fact that I started it all, okay, it makes me even prouder.
This guy's always figured out how to do a quality commercial product and sell tickets. And that's an amazing thing. And like I was saying, go back to '85. All the guys that were quote unquote big producers then, they're all gone. Nobody's left but one guy, this guy. So, you're the only one.
You are nobody, yeah, till that somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love.
Frank, Chris,
Yes.
you bring in food, you bring in booze.
All the time.
You're easy to work with.
Yeah.
You sing well. It's a pleasure to be here with you. You, what's your name again?
Bob.
Kyle.
What? You know I love working
He's
with
the most kind-hearted person I know. And it's a pleasure to work with him.
It's a pleasure to work with both of you guys.
It's the most fun.
We're friends.
It's the most fun. I actually look forward to leaving the house and coming here to laugh, period.
We do.
You're married, right? Of course you're looking forward to leaving the house. There's a lot of different personalities. These guys are really good guys.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Excuse me, you guys. Where's the drinks?
Oh.
So there is.
Oh,
Can I
Mr.
have those together?
You know, this is what happens when security's not around. Toast this guy.
Toast. Thank you for everything you guys do nightly.
No, thank you.
It's a pleasure working with you guys.
Going on 10 years next year. Whatever you expect to see in the show, it ain't gonna happen. And here's to Dick Feeney for having us in the show and having the show run as long as it has.
Thank you, guys.
No, thank you, man. Salud. Thank you. Cheers. Salud.
Salud.
I actually love Las Vegas. It's the first time I came here. The action, the excitement, the entertainment was here. This is my favorite place.
Hey, my name is Dave Schwartz. I'm the author of At the Sands, which is about the history of the Sands Hotel and Las Vegas. Now, I'm not gonna jump up on stage with Frank, Dean, and Sammy, but I can walk you through a little bit of their story and how things got to where they are today. The Rat Pack in the 60s really represented Las Vegas at its libertine best. It was all about having a good time. The term Rat Pack originally came around in the 1950s from a group of people associated with Humphrey Bogart. His wife Lauren Bacall said they looked like a pack of rats at one point. Later on, it was given to Frank Sinatra and his friends by a gossip columnist named Dorothy Kilgallen, and Sinatra never really liked that title. But it did eventually stick. The Sands Hotel is where the Rat Pack came together. Frank Sinatra started playing there in 1953, Dean Martin started in 1955, Sammy Davis Jr. started in 1957, and it was during the filming of the movie Ocean's 11 that the Sands publicist Al Freeman got the idea to put them all on stage together. And that was when the Rat Pack came together in January of 1960. The thing about the Rat Pack is they like to spend time together, they like to have fun off stage, and that really translated well on stage. They were always joking and bantering, and it really felt, for people who went to the Copa Room and saw the Rat Pack perform, it felt like they just walked into their living room and were watching them joke around and pal around, and that was what made it so appealing to people. It's interesting to think how, maybe they didn't have as many performances as Elvis did or other folks did, but the Rat Pack had such a huge impact on how Las Vegas views itself and how other people view Vegas that they really do deserve a ton of credit. So now you know a little bit more about the story of Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack. And to learn a little bit more about Frank Sinatra's relationship with the Italian-American community, let's head down to the Italian-American Club and talk to Angelo.
Benvenuti. Welcome to the Italian American Club. I'm Angelo Casaro. I'm the president of the Italian American Club, and we welcome you here. This is our entry, coming into the famous club from 1960. We've been here. Well, I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. My wife and I, we've been together since 1963. We were together for 8 years before we got married, and we decided to come to Las Vegas for our honeymoon. We had no idea people lived here, but we had such a great time, and we saw, Jimmy Durante and Jerry Lewis, and we went to a matinee show and a dinner show every night while we were here. We just loved it. We would have never thought 8 years later we'd be living here. Well, when we came to the club, it was fun. It was nice because we were young and everybody else was a lot older. I joined the club immediately after that, and we've been members ever since. We've got a wonderful wall of fame is what we call it. So many pictures of some of the entertainers and famous people that have been in their club, and our guests love to come and spend time looking at it. We're a club that's been around for a long time, and a lot of these famous entertainers love this place and supported it and helped us. And of course, when you have pictures like this and people, real people like this, support the club and patronize it and come here and enjoy it, they tell other people. And of course, it gives you a little bit of credibility. We're proud of that, you know. The Italian American Club was founded back about 1960. There was no Italian neighborhoods back in the day, and ultimately they decided after a little bit of time to get a fundraiser going and start raising money to start a club. Some of the pictures, one of the ones we're proud of is this one up on top over here. That's our first president, and we're giving Dean Martin an honorary membership to the club for his support and recognizing how much he enjoyed the club. We have another picture of our president, Al Bossi, giving Tony Bennett an honorary membership to our club. This is back about 1962 or 1963 with Al Bossi giving the honorary award to Frank Sinatra for all his support, and he's given the Italian American Club. Well, Nick Fiore was one of the original guys. He ultimately was one of the presidents. When they decided to do the fundraiser at the Riviera, because of his credentials and his contacts, he was able to really pull off a great big huge ball at the Riviera. Of course, we started with Frank Sinatra, with Dean Martin, Perry Como, Jimmy Durante, Rocky Marciano, Joe DiMaggio, people like that. Frank Sinatra was very instrumental in helping raise the funds. He donated a brand new Cadillac to be used to sell raffle tickets, raised a lot of money to help actually purchase this piece of property that we're sitting at right here today. Well, I'm very proud of a letter that Mr. Sinatra sent to me, president of the Italian American Club, back in July of 1990. Dear Angelo, congratulations on 30 years of assistance and greatly needed sponsorship of programs in Las Vegas that continues to help so many children. The Italian American Club of Southern Nevada continues to bring sunshine and hope to young people, and I applaud your dedication and concerns. Warmest regards to all, Frank Sinatra. Very proud of that. I have the original in my office. Well, this is the lounge portion of our Italian American Club, and I'd like you guys to meet Nicholas Cole, who is the Best of Las Vegas award-winning lounge act for the last couple of years. And why don't you tell these guys a little bit about yourself and where you came from? And
I am a homegrown Las Vegas musician. Las Vegas, living and breathing Las Vegas is a huge part of my career. And performing here at the Italian American Club was just a dream come true. There was one night I took over singing and playing some piano, and Benny Spannell ran all the way into the to the showroom and said, "Hey kid, where have you been?" There was like no negotiation. It was like just
the talent that he has. I mean, he plays, he directs, he writes his own music, he sings unbelievable, and he brings in some of the best singers around the whole Las Vegas that comes in and sits, and he can play with anything. You're just fantastic, and it's such a blessing to have you here.
Thank you, Angelo. And the most part is the guests that come through here, because they know so much great music. You got to understand, I mean, this was Frank Sinatra, Sammy, and Dean Martin's favorite place to come out and hang out, and Tony Bennett. So the guests know great music when they come in here, and you can perform any kind of music that you want to.
Or you can, because you can accompany them. You know, it's so fun to watch when somebody comes up and sings and they'll say, down a flat. And also you change everything.
That happened. Up, go up a little more up.
We're so fortunate to have you here.
Oh,
we're so proud of you, what you bring to this room over here and the whole club. Why don't you play something for us and give us a little taste?
I'm gonna play a little original song by my father, Alan, and it's called Dad.
Please do.
Now that you're gone, Dad, now that I'm wrong, Dad, you're all that I have, my life.
Well, the club had a reputation like all of Las Vegas did. You know, there's no denying that there was some mob influence in Las Vegas, and famous people, infamous people, I should say, came to the club and enjoyed the food and the camaraderie and the privacy. I was at a meeting one time when the board of directors was talking about some of the financial issues, and they really wanted to sub out the club, maybe even sell it. I got up and asked a couple questions. Next thing I know is they made me president. Well, I think people love to come to the Italian American Club. You know, it's called Vintage Vegas. It's old school, but it's nice, it's classy, it's clean. Well, we like to do things for the community. We like to make the community know that we're here, we're good community people. So we started really concentrating on doing our scholarships. That's what we've been doing the past many years with the continued help and support of the community. We've donated over $1.5 million in scholarships to local Clark County Italian American students to help them with their education and fulfill their educational goals.
Hi, Angelo.
Well, looks like you ordered some of our house specialties tonight, huh? Jackie and Sophia. We have the Sol Parmesan, which we sell a lot of. People love it. Over here we have the homemade braciole, which is pounded ribeye loaded. It's just wonderful. It's Ben Spano's mother's recipe.
Oh.
The same with the homemade lasagna. It's also Ben Spano's mother's recipe. It's homemade. And of course, the famous double pork chop. Our portions are big, but people, they don't leave here hungry.
Right, that's the best.
Buon appetito.
Oh my, grazie mille. This looks so good. I'm not gonna lie. We have to dive into the lard with that one, starting with the lasagna. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. All right, shall we? I gotta get all the layers. I feel like there's like 1,000.
Are you just gonna eat it right out of the plate?
I'm just gonna go for it. Oh my God.
You know what? Honestly, with this, I feel like all the ingredients are so fresh.
It's
rich
and warm and yummy.
All right, should we do protein next?
Did you ever have pork chops at home?
Did I have pork chops at home? We did. I'm not gonna lie, like growing up, pork chops weren't like my favorite thing. It's become more of my favorite now as I get older. And I feel like this pork chop definitely reminds me of like old school grandparents out.
My dad was a big pork chop guy, making a mess.
Oh my God, help. Sorry, guys. We're making a mess over here.
210.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
See, this is perfect. This, I bet you, honestly, my entire Italian family is very jealous they're not here right now. Salud. That is cooked to perfection. All right, let's move on. I feel like we want to do the Parmesan and Crestasso. Yes.
I like it's very light. And do you mind if I put some lemon on it? All right, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Oh my God, I still love
Oh my
Parmesan
God.
crunch. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay, we're ready.
Yeah, are you ready for the star of the show?
It's beautiful. It really is.
All right, let's bring the bracioles over
My
here.
goodness. So I used to see my grandma in the kitchen like pounding it out, pound the meat out, put the little Parmesan, you know, all the parsley, and then, you know, they did it, they used to do it with string. That's how they do it here. They do it with the string.
The string.
My mom did it with the toothpick.
All right.
Because everybody puts a little something different in there.
Wait, this literally tastes like it's coming from our grandparents in Jersey's kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's light, and the sauce is perfect. The amount of Parmesan on it's perfect.
Sophia and Jackie, what did you think about this meal?
Oh my gosh, can we move in? I never want to leave.
Looks like you did a pretty good job.
We did.
Well, Angelo, I just want to say congrats at how amazing this is. Like, you guys have been around for decades.
64 years.
64 years.
It's on point, like on point each time.
It really is. And you have two Jersey Italians here, and we have a tough palate.
Food critics.
So we just want to say thank you so much for having us. We love this place so much, and I am a member for life now. Thank you.
We're very pleased that you came and enjoyed the food, and I know we're going to see lots more of you, so thanks for coming in, okay?
Thank you for having us.
Stay well. Stata buona. Well, my hope is for the Italian American Club that we're going to be here another 60 years. The young people that are moving into this position, they're coming and enjoying the club. It's a beautiful thing. It gives me faith and confidence that they're the ones who are going to be taking over from us older people. When you saw Nicholas Cole earlier, he can turn this place any Friday or Saturday night as well. Well, I think one of the great things about this club being in Las Vegas is we weren't even open to the public for the first nearly 30 years. And here it is 40-something years later, we're open to the public and people are recognizing Vegas is one of the greatest cities in the world, if not the greatest city in the world, as far as I'm concerned. This is my home, my whole family's here, my kids are here, my brothers, my sisters, my first cousins, and there can't be a better place in the world that I know of.
That's the show. Watch more Vegas All In stories and moments whenever you want to. Go online and search Vegas All In PBS, and we'll see you there.
I'm all in.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
I'm all in.
I'm all in.
You know, we were talking about Las Vegas, so yeah, I'm all in.